Good morning, everyone. Oh, look how nice and clear the picture is today. Maybe I'm wearing the right glasses or something. I don't know. But I love it. Look, it's like one of those 3D, right? Yes, where the picture kind of comes straight up. Oh, good day, good day. It's raining. It's going to be raining for a while, which is great because we have to get some things ready over at the barn still for the winter time, which one thing is we have a big old container with a heating element for the water so that when things freeze and the horses have to stay in and the pipe freezes over at the barn too, then we still have water to give to the horses, right? Kind of easy. Yeah. On how you set things up in your life and be a little organized, everything is just go smoother. It's easier. Why go for all the drama all the time, right? Yes, one has to address certain things, done, right? But that's how I like it. Organized, simple. Yep. I finished my wall of fame upstairs with all the little drawings and stuff. Well, it's not finished. There's more room to add on too, which is nice, right? But all the pictures I saved from some of them even from my children. I realized one picture is a couple of them I drew, but never really get on the wall because they're not. Then one was of my brother-in-law. I remember I looked at those pictures. They're self-portraits of ourselves. And I remember a number of years ago, we were having school. I think it was during COVID time when I had my oldest granddaughter here. And we were doing school. She wanted to do school. No, she was the teacher, and my brother-in-law and I were the students. So we had to draw a self-portrait of ourselves, and they're hanging up there too. So it's just a piece of particle board, and I made the edges really nice, and then so I put the pictures in plastic sleeves, okay, to keep them nice. And I thought, how am I going to put those on the wall? I didn't want to use staples or pins and I thought, I bet you let's see if it works. If I just used a hot glue, right, and put some little hot glue on the back and just stick them on the wall, and it works perfect. Well, anyway, there you go. It's a great wall. I love it. Maybe I'll share it on Facebook. Well, we'll see. Anywho, but there are pictures of my children and then my grandchildren, my nieces and nephews. And I have one niece, Lucy. Well, she's a great niece, grandniece. I don't know. Anyway, her dad is my nephew. She's amazing. She's not even 10. She's 9, I think. She's an amazing artist. I mean, we're talking, she is an amazing artist. Okay? This girl can draw. We're not talking just, humoring her on how well she draws. This girl at her age already is fantastic, right? Yes, isn't it amazing on how just these talents flow through a family and an extended family? I just love it. Well, anyway, I have a lot of her pictures, and then another niece, or rather a grandniece, I have as well, Jocelyn. She's also really good at. She just has a great imagination. Also, but anyway, so I have all these pictures, and then friends who have their children, right, and also draw here. They come here. One thing I pull out is always paper, pencils, markers, and crayons, right? And they draw. And then, of course, who inherits their little drawings? That's right. Okay. They're all upstairs there on that wall, and that's what I love. I love personality around me. Yes? Yeah, that's what I like. Okay. When it comes to stuff like that. All right, we are in the first book of Kings in 10. All right, let's go see what else Solomon is going to do. Oh, there's a leaf popping out of here. I got so many different things. It's a leaf. I think, I have no idea where that leaf came from anymore. But it's in there, means something, done. See, even my Bible is all personalized. It's got all kinds of things in it, right? This is from, let's see who that's from. Oh, now I better put this back in here. I'll be looking for it. Oh, dear Grozy, I made a flower that will bloom just for you. Love, Danny. Look, a surprise for someone special. That's in my Bible. Oh, and then there's this. Oh, this is the flower that goes right here. Oh, gotcha. Okay, that came out. Well, good. I just saw that. I can fix that. Oh, yeah, I'm very good at fixing things. Oh, and here's a little picture of her. Then, of course, where did you go? Here's a picture of true parents, and what are they doing? They got their walking sticks, and they're hanging out in the mountains. Right up my alley, right? And, what else? Oh, what's this? Luke. Oh, must have written down something here that I felt was important to keep. According to Native American tradition, the blue heron brings messages of self-determination and self-reliance. They represent an ability to progress and evolve. Those with medicine of the great blue heron may sit until the rest of us lose patience. Ah, very cool. That's not Luke, is it? I put that in here too. I wrote that down. I probably read up because that's what we got around here too. I dig white, great, blue, great herons. So I got my Bibles all personalized with things. And of course, I got all them little stickers in there. And I found something that I felt was really God's message to us. Oh, look here. Here is a card. Look, it's lost some of the letters. That my mom made for Easter that she sent me a long time ago. Here's a picture. Gosh, who would keep something like this, right? Yes, I do. It doesn't say who drew it. Can't remember. Could have been one of my nieces. Little nieces. There's more. Of course, I got the family pledge. Here's the family pledge. Yes. Goes into my Bible. Oh, there's more here. Oh, gosh. What else do I have all in here? Oh, I was a blessed child. You guys remember that one when I had that condition? That's in here. And what is this? This is interesting that this is in here. Maybe I'll talk to you guys another time about this. But I put that in here because one of my uncles, my father's brother, committed suicide, shot himself. And this has to do with what he left behind. Maybe someday I'll talk about that more. I think it's not the first time mentioned this, but it's in there. It's all right. The good with the bad with the good. Okay, so we are in First Book of Kings 10. The Queen of Sheba visits Solomon. Oh yeah, let's see what that's all about. The Queen of Sheba heard of Solomon's fame and came to test him with difficult questions. She arrived in Jerusalem with a very large retinue, with camels laden with spices and an immense quantity of gold and precious stones. Having reached Solomon, she discussed with him everything that she had in mind. And Solomon had an answer for all her questions. Not one of them was too obscure for the king to answer for her. When the Queen of Sheba saw how very wise Solomon was, the palace which he had built, the food at his table, the accommodation for his officials, the organization of his staff, and the way they were dressed, his cupbearers, and the burnt offerings which he presented in the temple of Yahweh, it left her breathless. And she said to the king, the report I heard in my own country about your wisdom in handling your affairs was true then. Until I came and saw for myself, I did not believe the reports, but clearly I was told less than half. For wisdom and prosperity you surpass what was reported to me. How fortunate. Okay, I so want to say something right now, but let's just keep reading. How fortunate your wives are. 700 of them and 300 concubines. But what's the difference? Aren't they his wives too? So he had 1,000 wives. How fortunate they all were. Oh, really. Oh my gosh. As I said, right there. Now, see? Oh yeah, okay. So now she mentions this, and I'm going, okay, you just lost me. You absolutely just lost me. Done. Now it all just sounds like one rich dude talking to another rich dude, hey, how are you doing all this? Let me learn from you and how to do what. Take every bit of what your commoners, your actual subjects have, right? Yes? I bet you learned a lot. All right. How fortunate your wives are. How fortunate these courtiers of yours. Yeah, I bet. Continue in attendance on you and listening to your wisdom. I wonder how many actual true friends Solomon had. Yes, rich people have a problem there when it comes to who can they actually trust. Is it not just about all the money and the good stuff they have? Okay. Blessed be Yahweh your God, who has shown you his favor by setting you on the throne of Israel, because of Yahweh's everlasting love for Israel. Okay, God didn't put Solomon on that throne of Israel. His daddy did, David. Actually, his mother did. Okay. He has made you king to administer law and justice. And she presented the king with 120 talents of gold and great quantities of spices and precious stones. Why? What for? She is the queen of Sheba. She's not part of Israel. Why would she bring him all the stuff? No such, because he's so wise? Man, I'm not seeing no retinues coming down my way here, bringing me all them goodies. I guess I'm not wise enough. Or not crafty enough. Okay. No such wealth of spices ever came again as those which the queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon. Similarly, Hiram's fleet, which brought the gold from Ophir, also brought back great cargoes of almug timber and precious stones. For what? What did they trade? It says it's a trade. Of the almug timber, the king made supports for the temple of Yahweh and for the royal palace, and harps and lyres for the musicians. No more of this almug timber has since come or been seen to this day. Anything for the commoners? All the stuff that this king got? Is there anything shared with his people? It doesn't say. And King Solomon, in his turn, presented the Queen of Sheba with everything that she expressed a wish for, besides those presents which he gave her with a magnificence worthy of King Solomon. She brought a lot, took home a lot. After which she went home to her own country, she and her servants. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nice trade. Oh, I guess that's the trading they were talking about. Okay. Solomon's wealth. The weight of gold received annually by Solomon amounted to 666 talents of gold, besides what tolls and foreign trade, as well as everything the Arab kings and the provincial governors brought in. Oh, okay. I see. King Solomon made 200 great shields of beaten gold, 600 shekels of gold going into one shield. Also 300 small shields of beaten gold, 3 mina of gold going into one shield, and the king put these into the house of the forest of Lebanon. Again, what great detail for that stuff. Okay, if people don't get this, I can't help you, but all right. The king also made a great ivory throne, which he overlaid with refined gold. Ivory. Oh, ivory. Ivory. Where does that come from? Okay. The throne had 6 steps, a back with a rounded top, and arms on each side of the seat. 2 lions stood beside the arms. Ivory. I know where ivory comes from. Is that when all that trophy hunting started too? Okay, cool. Poof. And 12 lions stood on each side of the 6 steps. Nothing like it has ever been made in any other kingdom. All King Solomon's drinking vessels were of gold, and all the plate in the house of the forest of Lebanon was of pure gold. Of course. Pure gold. You know, pure gold is really malleable, right? Yeah. Oh, just saying. Silver was little thought of in Solomon's days, since the king had a fleet of Tarshish at sea with Hiram's fleet, and once every 3 years the fleet of Tarshish would come back laden with gold and silver, ivory, apes, and baboons. The heck did they need apes and baboons for? For riches and for wisdom. Yeah, okay. King Solomon surpassed all kings on earth. How about we change that for riches and for foolishness? Wisdom. Where is the wisdom in all this? I have no idea. Maybe somebody has an idea about that, but I can't see it. And the whole world consulted Solomon to hear the wisdom which God had implanted in his heart, and everyone would bring a present with him. Things made of silver, things made of gold. Now, he didn't like silver stuff. Ropes, armor, spices, horses, and mules, and this went on year after year. It sounds to me like he had one party after another with all them rich people from all over the place. Doesn't say anything about the people, how the people fared, this and that. Okay. Solomon's chariots and cavalry. Well, there you go. Solomon then built up a force of chariots and cavalry. Why? He got along so well with everyone. What are you not telling us? He had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horses. These he stationed in the chariot towns and near the king in Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, the king made silver as common as stones and cedar wood as plentiful as sycamore in the lowlands. Solomon's horses were important from Mizur and Cilicia. Cilicia, that's a new one. The king's dealers acquired them from Cilicia at the prevailing price. A chariot was imported from Egypt for 600 silver shekels, and a horse from Cilicia for 150. They also supplied the Hittite and Armenian kings, who all used them as middlemen. Oh, that's the end of 10. The next will be very interesting too. His decline. Okay, all right. I think people are using the wrong word in here when they say wisdom. I'm not seeing no wisdom in all this. And again, I thought that God established with the Israelites his people. What's going on with his people? It doesn't say. All it talks about is the kings. All right. Well, it is the Book of Kings. What am I saying? Of course. Maybe we'll find out more about how the people of Israel actually fared at that time. We'll have to just keep reading, right? Yes? Interesting. Well, seems like still a little like that, isn't it? What did I say yesterday about how do we actually will have peace? And it seems it's no better now. It seems like people with a lot of money and people in power, that's who they congregate with. They actually really care what goes on with the people that they are supposed to be taking care of. Oh, wait a minute. Who are taking care of them? Yeah. Interesting? I think so. Well, anywho, a change is made when you stop just believing that any one human being out there is greater or better or smarter or has a exalted wisdom or this or that than another. And that you can't buy everything with money. I started my rug upstairs for my granddaughter. Before I started, I looked at the colors. She's not a girly girl, okay, at her 11 years old. Yes? Okay. So I'm trying to make kind of a little bit, when it comes to the colors, something kind of in the middle, right? Yes? And before I started, I put a little bit of a prayer into it and making it with the love that Rosie, her grandma, has for her. So when that rug's laying in her room, I'm there too. God's there too. I think that's way more important than going out, buying hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of presents. But that's just me. We have to make the changes first, as the commoners. Right? Yes? Be guided by God. Just saying. Sure works. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to y'all another time.